So today's daily message is about why we can't forgive and how can we move on. Like, why can't we forgive and move on, pretty much. And this is a really big thing because it's a hard thing for people to wrap their minds around, be able to control their emotion, be able to move on. And this is what it is, because when we're hurt by somebody, we feel like there's a debt owed there, like they haven't given us what we needed, and that's why we can't forgive. So whether that's an apology or like a heartfelt explanation to why or anything like that, it makes you feel like you're hurt and that they still owe you a debt for hurting you. So we want an apology and accountability or some form of justice, if that makes sense. So it makes it hard because when that happens, the wound is still open. We're still very much in our hurt, and it's really hard because I always say forgiving is not forgetting. It's just finding a different way to deal with life. And this is the same with this particular thing. Like when we're talking about this today, you might have gone through a situation, but you have forgiven but never forgotten. And you can't forget because you have to, that memory is still there. You can't wipe it. You can't be forgiven and everything's perfect unless you've got what you needed to out of that apology, that justice, or that accountability. If that can't be there, a lot of people say, well, let's just be cordial. Let's be cordial with each other, or let's just never talk to each other again. And so it makes it really hard because that wound is still open. So it's a really big thing because forgiving them is not letting them off the hook. It's actually letting you off the hook, going, I don't want to have to deal with that energy anymore, so I'm not going to give it any more thought or anything else with it. I either let you go, you move on, we're friends, we're not friends, it doesn't really matter, depending on what it is. This can go into work situations, it can be forgiveness of something that's happened in your life, or if you've lost somebody as well. So it's hard because, again, forgiving is not forgetting, it's finding a different way to deal with life so that you can move on to a degree in some way. So that's a big thing. We also link to the identity of the pain as well. That's another thing. When we link to that, it could be somebody, particularly if it's a person that's hurt you and their name is a certain name, and then you meet somebody with that same name, straight away you're going to be up with the defense. It's like we have this little black book that we have in our mind that when somebody hurts us or something hurts us, we write it down and we keep it hidden and we hold it in here. And then when we need to, if it comes out, whether it's the same person with the same name, even though they're a completely different human being, whether it's the same situation, it's a trigger, and it can create a lot of anguish within your heart and bring back those memories. If you think of somebody right now who actually hurt you in the past, I can guarantee you you're already changing your body energy. You'd start feeling a little bit hotter, or you start feeling a little bit tense and you're not realizing it, and it's just because you've mentioned their name or you've brought that back up. You've opened that little black book and all those details are in there, and straight away it's like it happened yesterday. So again, it's a really big thing that we have to be careful because we can identify with the pain, we can have triggers from that pain. So we have to really work a lot with our emotions, with the situation, trying to find out what part can you do to find peace in that situation. The peace might be the person will never get it, they never will, so you just walk away, and that's okay because maybe you don't need people like that in your life. Other times it's stuff that you can't walk away from. If it is death or somebody who has passed and it was caused because somebody had a car accident or was drink driving, whatever it is, it's very hard to let that person go. So that's why a lot of people who lose loved ones in a situation, and again, something happened by somebody else's choice, they made a decision and it changed reality for you with no thought or circumstance to yourself or the person or anybody that's there. So that makes it very hard because somebody made a decision to change your life without your permission. So that's why sometimes it's really hard, and that's why a lot of people who end up, say, somebody who has passed in a car accident because of a drink driver, maybe those people or the family who have lost them that way may want to bring out more awareness of this, try to help to get, laws changed, whatever they need to do to make them feel like they're doing something. Because I always say pain, I've got to remember how I say it now, particularly, it's because it goes around in my head a lot. What is pain worth if you can't do something with it? Otherwise, what's the point of pain? Is it just to hurt, or can you do something with it? So that's what I was trying to get out. For some reason, I had a memory blank there, but this is the thing, we have to do that. But when you kind of find a word of forgiveness or just acceptance, some people can't say the word forgiveness, maybe you just accept, maybe you just surrender and go, it's done, I'm finished with it, I can't do it anymore. When you do that, you're doing it for yourself, not for them. Okay, so it's really important to understand that. But forgiving is not forgetting, it's finding a different way to deal, whether it's acceptance, whether it's surrendering, whether it's being able to, release the triggers, or needing to have counselling to help you to get rid of that anger, whatever it is. It's something that we work through every day. So be kind to yourself today. If this has come up, maybe you have a situation at home, at work, in your life with yourself, where you might have to really start forgiving yourself or the other person or the situation. Finding the surrender, finding the acceptance, finding what you need to do that helps you, so you can move on with your life. Because remember, forgiving is for you, not for anybody else. See you tomorrow.